Company started as a hotshot service in '59.
Initially, I would answer the phone and more or less take care of the books.
My mother was an administrator. She was the bean counter. She went out and whatever financing that was secure, she paid the bills, she met the payroll, she paid the taxes. She was the administrator.
And as things began to grow and we were able to hire additional people, I became involved in some of the sales.
My father, on the other hand, was the guy who cut the deals. He went out and leveraged the deals. If equipment was needed, would go out and purchase the equipment. He was the deal guy. He was the big picture guy.
Sam likes to talk a lot, so he was always, on a truck riding around.
I remember a slogan he had. He said, "Ask for Sam, the flat rate man."
When we started the business, trying to promote and sales, getting on the telephone, trying to call, and get your foot. The main thing was try to get your foot in the door. And it was very difficult, very, very difficult.
My father was a guy that believed that
whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. The part about it is what you're willing to give up for that what you want.
My mother and father, it was a marriage business. It seemed like that was built in heaven, even though marriages aren't built in heaven. My father was the doer, and he would try anything. My mother would bring that realization point back in and say, "Sam, are you sure? Or what if this happened?" In early days, I didn't attend preschool or nursery. It was, I guess, a customary more then for some kids to be with their parents. I liked the opportunity to be with my father.
So I'll never forget, we stopped over at this glove store and I was in a big hurry, dropped the package off and jumped right back in the truck. But what happened was this, what I didn't know was this, the side door happened to be open and he got out and looking for me. And what I did, I got back in the car and I went to the next stop.
I had people calling me from time to time and saying DeAndre was left in the building.
So when I got to the next stop, the people say, "Look here, Sam, it's important that you call the office." I said, "Well, call the office for what?" I said, "I just got you talking with my wife." I said, "Well, call the office." Well, I called the office and my wife said, "Sam, you know what? Check your truck." I said, "Check the truck for us." She said, "Just check the truck." I checked the truck and looked, man, and no catch. Can you imagine how much it felt?
We've been able to make some strides and go to a second generation, I think, which really motivates me because there's so few of us in our communities that's been able to get here. My role from here is to create a team of folk to take A Rocket to another level and hopefully one day to make it an institution that can be a viable corporate citizen and work with the community to have an impact in this community that we're in.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling A Rocket. May I help you?
A Rocket is a full-service mover. By that I mean we do an array of moving services, from coming in to pack a house or to pack an office, to relocate one here within the city limits of Houston or within the state of Texas or throughout the continental United States. Also, we provide moving services that include storage, and we have a 60,000 square foot warehouse. And one of the primary services that we provide is commercial or office moving. A Rocket cut its teeth primarily on commercial office moving. And from that venture, we've expanded into the other areas as well. But commercial moving is still the bread and butter of A Rocket Moving and Storage. The storage end has come in now that we have a 60,000 square foot warehouse. We do the storage not only of household goods, but office goods as well. And in addition to that, we have 5,000 square feet for climate control storage. Here in the information age, one of the elements, and which is key for all companies, are their computers. And we understand the sensitivity of the computers to each company. And what we have developed are trained technicians who can go into a company, do the complete disconnect of the computer, package everything safely. These trained technicians have a special procedure so that when they come in, they have an inventory sheet and they itemize and check everything that is to be moved. At the reconnect end, that sheet is checked off again to verify that everything that was disconnected is also reconnected. And with the boom of the housing industry, A-Rocket has expanded from maybe doing 10% of its business to something of 20% now of household moves. After the move itself is completed, we come back to see if everything that we had said would be done was done. And this is part of the consultation. So our consultants are with you from the very beginning to the very end of your move.